We're here with an icon in the Bay Area. Anyone who reads the newspaper knows Mr. Roadshow. Gary Richards, he was just on a panel of transportation and land use experts here in the South Bay. And what takeaway did you have from this meeting, Gary?
Well, I think I was really amazed at the turnout. I mean, there were, a couple hundred people here, and which shows how traffic is such a concern. But my take on it is that the thing that they're concerned about is not being able to find parking near their home because of 10 people are sharing an apartment because it costs $4,000 or something like that. And I also thought it was interesting they asked them how they would vote in September or November on the sales tax, and 70% said yes. That's really close to what the surveys say. And there's I don't think there's ever been a sales tax in this county for transportation that voters have ever turned down. And so they're desperate for help in some ways, and actually I think the tax group has really put on a good list of projects. If you're a Caltrain rider, there's Caltrain stuff. If you drive Wolfen 280, there's stuff for that. And plus it's going to bring BART to San Jose.
Yeah, there's something for everyone on it. One of the things that really surprised me, given the nature, the mix of the audience, was the number of people who thought autonomous cars would be here in 10 years. I mean, it was like 70%, I think.
Yeah, and I am not electronically smart, and so I was surprised by that, because I think it's going to be closer to 20 years. But maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
Sure, and it all depends on what it means. I think we heard from Uber talking about the potential for shuttle-type services, right?
And I interviewed a guy once who's legally blind and can't drive, and Google got one of their cars, and he was able to drive to the dry cleaners and to like Taco Bell, I think he went to, and he was just ecstatic. He could get in the car, he just punched in where he wanted to go, and there he went. And you don't realize what that mobility means to someone like that.
Well, and one of the other things that was emphasized, and there was a question about it, is the multimodal aspects of mobility. Not just, it's about moving people, not moving metal, right?
Right. And, it's, if you get off at your job site, you're fine. But if you're 3 blocks away, that's a long walk, especially someone who's disabled. And so I think there's a lot of pluses to it. I just don't know how quickly the public is going to say, I'm doing it. But we'll see.
Well, but there were other modes, though, too, as far as bicycling, walking, and just making it more friendly for those kinds of modes, right?
Oh, yeah, so bicycling is going on everywhere. I mean, they're really making an effort to do the complete streets type projects. And right out here in Moore Park Avenue near Mitty High School, it's a big thing. But you're seeing just lane striping all over the place, and just to make people aware there could be bicyclists on this road.
Well, and one of the things that did surprise me also was the percentage that said, you know what, how we have to improve things is by improving the modes.
Yeah, exactly. And, the woman on the panel who talked about, if you just try it, you may find it's easier to do than you think. But then you also heard one member of the audience talk about the safety issue. So those are kind of the two issues out there. Yeah, it's great. You get exercise, you lower your blood pressure. On the flip side, you worry about, going through a crosswalk and cars not stopping.
Well, one last comment about the meetings themselves. It's difficult to have an interactive thing when you have a couple hundred people, but I was very impressed with the allies, the presentation about the virtual reality of what things can look like in the future. Right?
Yeah, and I think people need to know that, because I think it's hard to say, how's 280 going to be different 10 years from now? And so, yeah, I think it was good for them to know that these things are going on, like the 280 corridor study.
Great. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to catch up with you. Thanks.
Thank you.